Wait, let me get the mic actually. Welcome back to the Chihugobi Show. It's your boy Chihugobi. Yo, play partner coming to you live from the East Coast, doing the most. All right, so guys, we're at the Tim Hortons right now. We just left the library and we got some work done. I could use some rest. I was at the gym. I was at the gym today, and I'm like, "How are you feeling?" I was like looking in the mirror, and I'm just like, "I could use some rest, guys." It's been a how can we define this time in our lives as nothing less than tumultuous experience. That is life. But again, again, some days are tough. Some days are tough. I was just talking to my sister, who I love very much, before we were about this call, and we were just kind of talking about life and some of the things that we've experienced and how they've affected us in certain ways. So come here to you guys today to say that it's a trip. Okay. Now, the thing that I've noticed is that I've been living this cycle two times over. Okay, in terms of the money cycle where I went boom to bust. Yeah, boom to bust twice, right? And every time I go boom to bust, it goes lower than the first time around. So, for example, we were in the first boom to bust, we were in the thousands. And then, yeah, then the second boom to bust, we went up to hundreds of thousands and then we bust. And then now we are going back to ground zero. Now we're working our way back up to zero, right? So the funny thing about it is that, like, yesterday or a couple days ago, we talked about trauma stunting us during. Oh, hold on, guys. Wait a second. We talked about trauma stunting us in the. Yeah, there we go. We talked about trauma stunting us and the fact of like when you experience your greatest trauma, you end up staying in that age group until you address that trauma. And for me, that was around the 20-year-old mark. And then, like, I find myself still having the money habits of a 20-year-old at 33 years old right now. So it's interesting to see these parallels between my passing of my mother, my instability in housing, and my instability in finding career, just as a method or like as a metric of where my life has been versus like where it's going. So what I wanted to just share with you guys today is a little bit of story about Tim Hortons. I'm here at Tim Hortons right now, guys. The one on by Highway 50 and the Gore Road, or something like that. And it's a story about Kevin. Because, guys, when I was a kid, the first job that I ever had, I guess first job on paper, was Tim Hortons. It's a donut shop, it's a coffee shop where they sell donuts, bagels, fun stuff. You can see this is what the restaurant is looking like today, guys. And there's even here we go, right? Always fresh, always Tim Hortons. We have a fireplace here. It's Timothy, you know what I'm saying? So, Merry Christmas, guys, before they change it finally to Merry Xmas. Anyways, so this is the first job that I've ever worked. Not this location here, but this restaurant is the first place that I've ever worked in my life. I was about 13 years old, and it was the first job that I ever got. And I remember when I was sitting on the staircase at 118, or I should say, I was sitting in the house in Balmoral. I don't want to give the address because I don't live there anymore. But I was sitting at the top of the staircase by the washroom, and I remember I got the call. And then Diana, the woman that was hiring manager at the time, she's like, "Are you still interested in the position?" And I remember my stomach sank with excitement. I was so excited. I said, "Yes, oh my gosh." And then my dad drove me. Love you, Dad. Love you forever, Dad. He drove me to the interview. He sat there and he drank a coffee. And then I was in the interview. I was like 13 or 14 years old, just sitting there like, yes, 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 I will do that. I will do everything you say. No problem. And then I ended up getting the job, and I worked there all entire my high school career. So ended up becoming the donut plug because I love donuts. I love to eat the sweets and the cookies and the cakes and the chocolates and the chips and the desserts and all that good stuff. So gained a lot of weight too. I became a husky boy during the time, and fundamentally, I think that was one of the reasons why I am the size that I am today. As you guys know, I did lose 60 pounds last year as a result of hard work, dedication, and exercise. But I feel as though like if you get husky during your developmental years, then you get more stocky in the long run. Because I think in terms of body dynamics, I think they're debunked, but I would be what they call, I think, an endomorph, if I'm not mistaken. So, anyways, guys. But what I just wanted to show you is that the first time that I've been back here, as we talk about the cycle, right? So I was working with Kevin and Diana the first time, and then here we are in the second cycle, and then I'm sitting in the Tim Hortons, and guess who I see, guys? Look, check it out. I see my old boss that I used to work for, Kevin, this time in photo form. Here, here is the picture, right? We can see here, we can see here what the wall of remembrance, so to speak, right? So here is the guy that I used, Kevin. This is the store. This is the store that I used to work at. This is the place. This is literally the place I used to work at, right by the Bramley City Center. You can still find that Tim Hortons to this very day, 25 Peel Center Drive. This is the location. I used to work here. This is the guy that I used to work for. And then we have another photograph of him here when he was younger. And then we have another photograph of him here when he was younger. So it's such a trip, guys. It's such a trip for me to think that, like, when I came back around, I came back to sit in this Tim Hortons one day, and then, like, who do I see? My old boss. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the way that life sometimes has a way of reminding us of certain things or pulling us back to experience things for another season of life until we understand what it is that we're supposed to learn in these lessons and then move forward. It makes me laugh, man. And look, there he is again. There he is again, man. So basically, guys, what I'm trying to say, look, that's funny, right? That's pretty cool. I think it's just interesting to see the way that times change, but times also still stay the same. Vancouver, Bramalea, look, here's housing here. They always take out the prices because they don't want you to see how things have changed. But look, if we look here, this is from 10 years ago to appreciate the, I don't know what year this is, but I'm going to assume it's approximately around 1976, just as a result of what's on the board. But if we say 1970, if we say that in 1976 the price of a donut was 10 cents, and then you can pass by, yes, absolutely. But the price of a donut was 10 cents, and then we are going to go to the register right now to find out. Coffee was 25 cents a cup. They used to do buy one get one free, buy one get one free. They used to do that. Like up the live, y'all. Subscribe to the channel. Let us know what's your name and where you're from, guys. Ask about Burlington. $14.99 plus tax. 100 in Canadian. 100 in free coupons inside. Oh, see, right. Used to be able to get through that kind of stuff. And they used to put the donuts in a shoebox. Take out donuts, 35 cents each. Half a dozen is $1.80, and then a full dozen is $2.80. And Fancy's crullers, excuse me. I don't like Fancy's are 55 cents, so like the eclairs, and then the honey crullers were 40 cents because those were more than the regular donuts. Meet the commission, guys, huh? Meet the commission. So there you go, right there. Meet the commission. And then let's go see what the price of the donuts are today. Let's go see what they are today. And the price of the donuts today, guys, is $1.79. $1.79. Six pack is $7.99, and they don't even offer the dozen anymore. You have to probably buy 2 6-packs. So interesting. And then that's on the menu. They have a lot of new items on the menu that they never had when I used to work there. And then this is what the donuts and the things look like. This is I like this donut a lot. Apple fritter. I used to eat a lot of apple fritters. Still do, actually. I ate some on Monday. They used to have a blueberry fritter. When I was working there, they used to have a blueberry fritter that was filled with jam. And that was arguably one of my favorite treats at the time. Probably only second to the cheesecake. Only second to the cheesecake. And it's funny, I don't remember her name, but I remember there was a girl that I used to work with. Every break, I would always go and buy a cheesecake, and I would sit there in the break room, and I would eat it. Because I like cheesecake. And then she's like, you're going to get fat. And I was like, no, it's fine. I go to the gym. I work out at the gym, which I did at the time. I went to the Good Life in the mall. but it did not help. You cannot outlive a bad diet, guys. You cannot outlive a bad diet. So essentially, I just wanted to share with you guys that quick story. It's my life, and I gotta tell it to you guys, flaws and all. Okay, guys. So right now, what's going on in my life? We are looking for. You should read the shampoo bottle. Yeah, we are looking for a full time work opportunity, as well as more clients for the business, as well as continuing to grow the social brand. So, guys, this is just a. I don't even want to refer to things as setbacks or roadblocks or anything because that gives it. That can imply intention. You know what I'm saying? Everything just is. I don't care about if it may to other people it may seem positive or may seem negative. It just is. Okay. So in that instance, guys, I say keep your head up. Keep your head up, guys, because it's not that deep and it can't last forever. The funny thing about it, I think it's in the one of the removed Gospels of Timothy, where it talks about the idea that if you are suffering, then rejoice because the kingdom is right at hand. Okay, guys. So until next time, it's your boy T. Love you guys forever, guys. I'm out of here. I'm gonna go get some rest. I could use some rest. Okay, guys. Love you forever. I'll be back tomorrow. Peace.